Because don't just cut down, but stop smoking. In addition, lose all the weight 100% guaranteed with Mark Patrick Seminars. Let hypnosis destroy unwanted cravings and lose the weight. That's right. Seminar Tuesday, February 25th at the Wyndham Garden, formerly the Holiday Inn in Hopkinsville. Weight loss seminar 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. Stop smoking seminar 8 to 10 p.m. Registration 30 minutes before the seminar. Info at markpatrickseminars.com.
Nominate your cheerleader mom in the YourSportsEdge.com Sports Mom of the Month contest, presented by Joelle's Bakery and Cafe, GNC of Hopkinsville, and Save More Drugs.
Shop local, buy local, save big deals.
Imagine if there were a place you could go to buy gift certificates to some of the best businesses in town. Now, imagine all those great gift certificates priced 30, 35, 40%, and at times over 60% or more off retail every day of the week. The Loyal Listener Big Deal Store is online and waiting for you to shop and buy gift certificates to local businesses. Go to WPKYonline.com.
1580 103.3 WPKY. Tess and Ty and Coffee Talk. And we were just sitting here talking about, I'm not going to lie, snot shots. Because a nurse friend of mine said, because everybody's been suffering from sinus infections. And that's what she said, would be fantastic for it. And I'll tell you, I thought she, I wasn't quite sure if she wasn't messing with me or not.
But you didn't get one.
No, I didn't get one because I didn't know she was messing with. Well, you don't want to ask your doctor for something and then they just look at you like you're crazy. But we have a guest this morning that said, oh, no, that's a real thing. So tell us who we got.
All right. Jodie Lamb is here in the WPKY studios. Jodie is the new chairperson of Happy Feet Means Learning Feet, and the torch has been passed from Jill Lane, who's done a fantastic job. Of course, Jill is still on the committee, and just a wonderful, wonderful organization here in the county that's provided shoes for a lot of our kids. So good morning and welcome, Jodie.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me on here.
Nice.
Hey, I already learned something.
Yeah.
We haven't even gotten into anything yet.
No, we didn't. But I tell you, what an organization this has been here in the county. Of course, it's regional wide now.
Yes.
Give us just a little bit of background.
Okay.
Catch us up
All right.
on Happy Feet Means Learning Feet, what they do, and kind of how it got started, and then how it came to be here in Caldwell County several years now.
Okay. So it started back in 2009 by a retired coal miner out of Union County, Jerry Baird. And it's just grown. Every year it grows a little bit more. We've got 20 counties total that it's servicing. We started, or Jill actually had started it back in 2013. Right. So, and it's just gotten bigger and better every year.
7th year now, isn't
Yes.
it? Yeah.
Yes.
And this is a great service, of course, in conjunction with many, but the Hope and Cope Center are instrumental in helping identify needs within our school system.
Yes.
And then, of course, a lot of kids that are identified for the new pair of shoes in conjunction with several retailers. New pairs of shoes are provided. And, of course, we all know it's Happy Feet means learning feet. And when you got your new duds on, your new shoes, it just makes you feel really good. And so
Definitely.
Jerry's vision, I think, was to inspire learning through having those new shoes.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Just to, if a child doesn't have something, they're not going to focus more on what they need to learn at school.
Yeah.
There's a lot of, it's sad to say, but there's a lot of bullying out there. If you don't look like you're up to par with others, and
Or if you're not wearing the right thing
right,
or whatever, yeah.
Right. So
Well, and the kids feel it too. Even if somebody doesn't say
yeah.
it to them, they feel it. I mean, even as adults, we feel it when we go to
do.
the workplace.
Yes, we do.
So, I mean, children, absolutely. I think that can affect their education. Their focus. It can affect so many different things.
Definitely.
You guys also do a lot with Special Olympics.
Yes.
And
yes,
we
Special
really
Olympics is in there every year.
From a Special Olympic mama. Thank you.
Yes, awesome.
Those I'll tell you the looks on their faces when they get to get those.
Yes, it's great. It makes you, it just touches your heart. To make a child smile is the best thing in the world, I think. So, and just to be part of it is a huge, huge blessing. Our community is awesome in helping us, raise the money for it every single year. Last year in 2019, we gave out 404 pairs of shoes. So that was
Wow.
That was our biggest year.
That's
that
probably
we've
the
had so
biggest
far.
year
Yes.
for the last 7.
Yes.
And of
Well,
course,
and that's a huge expense for parents, Ty. I
yes,
mean,
it is.
when he knows that he's got kids too. When you've got them in football or basketball or soccer or whatever, though that can be $100 bill right there just for a pair of shoes.
Right. Well, just getting them ready for back to school period, that's a huge expense, especially if you have more than one child. And this just helps the family to be able to spend that money on something else that they may need. So,
and much of the efforts, of course, locally done through local fundraising.
Yes.
Yard sales, all
Yes.
kinds of this. Tell us about fundraising efforts here locally.
okay. Last year we held a raffle and gave a really good package away. We raised quite a bit of money doing that. We're trying to come up with a good package again this year. So we will be holding a raffle sometime soon as soon as we get everything together to hold that, I believe, was our biggest fundraiser last year.
Very successful last
So-
year. I think you had a package at one of our state parks. Several
Yeah, it was a
nights stay.
2-night stay and a pontoon rental.
Okay.
We're going just a little bit different with it this year. We're hoping that some of the local businesses might want to, donate something to help to go with that package to make it worth a family, for a family to be able to go out and do something together. So
Right.
we're excited about coming up with another package this year. So.
What made you want to get involved in Happy Feet?
Well, Jill actually called me and asked me if I'd want to be part of it, and I think it's a great organization. I hadn't told many people this, but whenever I was in school, I kind of had an issue with that type of thing. So it's really close to my heart. So I know how it affects a child. I definitely know that from my own personal experience. So I just think it's a wonderful nonprofit to benefit our kids. So I think it's great.
Generally, a lot of people that are involved in those things have experienced that before, and
Right.
that's kind of, or somebody close to them has.
Yes, definitely.
And I think that's, in these days, that's a lot more common than what you think.
Right, it is. It's very much so. We are getting together a brochure and a letter. We'll be mailing those out to businesses and be visiting some businesses around here. So if you've donated in the past, or even if you haven't, you still might be getting getting that letter and brochure in the mail. So be looking for it.
And remind us, Jody, how the process is, how it works. Of course, again, needs are identified within the school system.
Right.
And then tell us how the kids actually get the shoes.
They, what we will do is send, the Hope and Cope Center will send out letters to to the families. And then, of course, anybody can recommend for
A
a
need,
child.
yeah.
Yes, the need, so that can always happen. They will get a letter. We'll plan a sizing date to be able for them to come and get sized. And we'll be using Shoe Sensation here in town. They will set up and size, have the shoes available there for them to get that day. We just haven't set an actual date for that yet, but we will be. And
Ty would be
not
great
long.
at that because he knows what that thing's called now.
Well, yeah, I was going to say the Brannick device, but and I have been involved in years past. I've been fortunate enough to be a part of this committee. I'm not any longer, but it's had different methods and ways that the sizing and different organizations, retailers have been involved with the shoes. But,
Yes.
Want to stress as well that this is all discreet as well.
Definitely, yes, it is. Yes, it is. We're not here to embarrass anybody. We want everybody to be comfortable, have fun, and walk away with a smile on their face is what we hope for.
And I think last year, if I'm not mistaken, was one of the years that the kids actually got, in years past, there were just certain types of shoes, but pretty much last year with your partners, they were the kids were pretty much able to pick out the exact pair of shoes that they wanted.
Yes, they give them a choice. They have ones that they already have set aside for them, and they have several to choose from. So they get to make their own choice on what they want, So, and that makes it more special for the child too, to be able to pick out what they're going to be wearing. So,
Well, and it does, especially like if you're a little girl or even a little guy. I mean, to be honest, my son's more picky than my daughter is.
Yes.
But, when you're a teenager in general, being able to pick out your own stuff, that's,
Right.
that's the first
Yes,
step
it is.
in doing, being your own person. So that's
Right.
a big thing.
Definitely.
What can we do to help you moving forward, coming up as we progress through the year? What kind of things you have come up, or how can we help you as we move forward? With
Just
Happy
to
Feet?
get Happy Feet's name out there, let people know what Happy Feet is all about. I think that's the most important thing is just let us know, let people know about us, and they can call and ask how they can help. They can give me a call at ABC Finance, and I'd be more than happy to answer any questions or put them to work.
Yeah, I mean, always help needed on
That's
and
right.
being involved with this. And of course, you will have fundraising letters and things
Yes.
going out to past donors and participants. And of course, as we head throughout the year, I'm sure there'll be additional information about
Yes, there will
the
be.
new package and different fundraisers
Right.
that are coming along.
Yes, there will be.
So
We'll have all that together soon.
again, give us your contact information if they're interested in helping or being a part of Happy Feet
Okay.
Means Learning Feet.
All right. You can call me at ABC Finance. My phone number there is 365-7444.
All right, Jody
Well,
Lamb.
thank you so much for being here. We appreciate
Thank
it.
y'all. Thank you.
Jody Lamb, chairperson of Happy Feet Means Learning Feet. And boy, what a wonderful committee that you all have, and good luck and Godspeed in getting this work done.
Thank you so much.
Stick around. I see somebody else that's done come in the studio. We've got more guests in the house. Stick with us. Coffee Talk at 1580 103.3 WPKY. And there's the WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast. Showers ending around lunchtime today, should clear up to at least partly cloudy. High 45. Now tonight, partly cloudy again. Low 35. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy. High 46. And on Sunday, sunshine. High 59. It is 37 at 821, 1580 103.3 WPKY.
Your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast is brought to you by Taco John's.
Are you looking to shed those extra holiday pounds? Do you tend to gain pounds back after dietary loss? Dr. Raymond Quattro with Health First is board certified in weight loss medicine and has guided many patients through a successful weight loss and showed them how to keep the weight off. He has extensive experience in the use of new weight loss medication and is well versed in the science behind a successful weight loss program. Call 905-4084 to schedule a consultation. At Health First Community Health Center, your health is our first concern.
There's a lot going on right now, and broadcasters are on the ground covering all of it, bringing you the weather, the traffic, and breaking news, all while entertaining you 24 hours a day. Someone needs to tell you what's going on around the world and in our hometowns, and that someone is us. We are free radio. We are always there. We are broadcasters. Visit wearebroadcasters.com or text radio to 52886 to learn more. Furnished by NAB and this station.
1580 103.3 WPKY, 822 with Tess and Ty. And of course, this is one of my favorite guys right here, Bridgie Miller. How are ya?
Doing fine. And I also walked in here as one of my favorites on another Miller, Mr. John Miller.
I'm telling you, I told everybody last night, he gets so embarrassed though, but we don't thank him enough. He keeps us going.
Exactly on that. I mean, having done this and been on the end that he's done, not to his extent, I know how important he is. So just, John, thank you for everything that you do.
Best hire ever
I love
made.
that.
And you're looking for someone to disagree with you? No, not at all.
No, I'm just kidding.
That guy's got me out of trouble. I don't know how many times. Are you kidding me?
He can do it. He could do it.
He's our gadget guy.
He's fantastic.
John's like, yeah, leave me alone.
Yeah, he's a humble man as well.
And in case you don't know, John, he's the one behind the scenes that makes all this work.
A lot of the production.
Every day.
I mean,
Every day.
And like I was telling him, I said, here it is, 8:30 in the morning. You were out late last night to about 10:30, 11 o'clock with ball games. Now you're back, going to work on more equipment. I mean, just, awesome, great individual, too.
No doubt.
I'll tell you, you talk about working, you're still working. I thought you were retiring.
Well,
what happened to that?
I'll tell you what, I do some things that I love to do. And before we get into what we were going to talk about, I just want to say I enjoyed hearing your guest here prior to me about Happy Feet. That is a really great group and organization. And, when you was talking about parents getting involved, let's not forget us grandparents as well. Grandparents get in there. I know when I was county attorney, seeing what grandparents did to be able to feed, clothe, take care of kids, and buy them shoes on it. And that's just very important. But let me tell you, that's a great organization and a great cause with the Happy Feet.
No doubt, 7 years in the making here in Caldwell County, been around and growing each and every year.
Well, I'll tell you, I've moved around a little bit over the years while I was, kind of moving around in my earlier days. And I will tell you, we've got when you mention the grandparents, I really think we have a more active grandparent community, as far as really getting active in school functions and everything with our kids than what I have seen in years past. I mean, we just have a community that full of grandparents that are just willing to step in. Maybe mom and dad's at work and they can't be there. Well, there's always a grandparent that jumps in, and I think that's
Janice
wonderful.
and I have 5 of them, and we love each and every one of them. And I tell you, it keeps you young being able to go to ball games, being able to go up there. And in fact, Janice and I were in Lexington this past weekend, and to see two of ours, and in fact, we took 2 with us up there to see them. So anyway, make a long story short, it's labor of love, and good Lord takes care of things. And I appreciate him allowing us the opportunity to be able to do that.
When you mention grandparents, it's not just the grandparents. This is something that I have been putting off, Bridgie, forever, and I need to do something with. I don't want to because I'm a procrastinator at best when it comes to things like that, but that's our wills. And I wouldn't even, I don't know where to start. I don't know how to go about it, even think about it, none of that.
Tess, what you've just said in my 33 years of practice in law, that is probably the best explanation someone has given to me. Said you just want to put it off, don't want to think about it or whatever, but you're in a majority of many people that feel that same way on it. And I've always told people that I think it's the best piece of legal work you can get, a will. And I also want to talk about advanced health care directives as well on it. I think the best piece of legal work you can get on that, you go to a doctor for a health checkup, okay? You go see your insurance agent for a checkup on what insurance that you need on it. You probably have a financial advisor or a tax planner that you go to talk to he or she about your taxes. Why not go to a lawyer and talk with he or she about end-of-life decisions on what you're going to be looking at, what you're going to be doing? And then I always go, well, Bridgie, I don't have anything to be able to do anything, don't need to, well, if you've got a shirt on your back, that's something. What's going to happen with it? Where is it going to go to or whatever? And some things that you need to be looking at. A will can come in and it takes care of the disposition of your property at your death on it. And that's something you need to be looking at, where you want something to go. It takes care of anything that another document doesn't supersede. And what I'm talking about, if you have a deed to piece of real estate that's joint with right of survivorship, some documents take precedence over others with it. So, if that was joint with right of survivorship, meaning husband and wife, one dies, it all goes
now
to
that's the and or thing, right?
Right. Well, it all depends how you word it or whatever. That's what I'm saying. The questions you're asking, and I can tell the questions that you're looking to ask on it, those are things you need to go see a lawyer and talk with them about as to what needs to be done. Some things takes precedence over a will, and a will can take care of anything that you don't have another document that supersedes, that controls on. So those are questions you need to go talk with a lawyer about what you're looking at. Survivorship, tenancy and commons, all those big legal words that we hear about. A lawyer can go over that and look at, just give an analysis that you look at with the same thing you do with your health, with your doctor, with your insurance agent, and things of that nature on it. So I would definitely say that the will takes care of disposition of property that another document doesn't already control on it. And here's something else that I look at. Some people say, well, I'm a young person, I'm not going to be, death's going to be when I get older on it. I've heard that before. Well, let me ask you this. If you have children They're less than 18 years of age. Who's going to take care of them? Who's going to be their guardian of their person and their property that they might be getting? Need to have that to talk with a lawyer about those type of dispositions as well. Who's going to take care of the children to raise them? So, a will's important for everybody, not just an older individual, but younger as well if you have, young children on it. Also, in a will, you can have the appointment of someone called a personal representative to be able to take care of matters such as that, to be able to, to shepherd everything through. You think about it. You get a bill in the mail right now. Well, you go pay that bill. Okay. Well, if you were to die and there's a claim against your estate, who's going to handle all of that? Well, that's the personal representative that needs to be appointed to be able to take care of things. And you can have, you can just talk with your lawyer about your different type of situations, what you're looking at, and you can have the will tailored for, your needs on what you need to look at and what you want to go with.
Well, like I have a son that's special needs. So, I mean, even people like, me that may have someone that they take care of, that needs to be in the will as well. What if I'm not there anymore? And that is something that you kind of have to plan ahead for. You don't want to think about it, but it's not, you want to make sure that their future is secure.
Exactly. And also you need to look at, it's a good point that you raised. You can also get into a will, you can get into what we call a trust as well. And a trust can be a testamentary trust. Money or whatever property you have goes into basically, let's say, the trust, or it's a fund on it, and that money can be parceled, doled out for whatever need that needs to be for any type of individual on it. And something else I would recommend, give some thought to who you're going to have appointed to take care of your child. Okay, I mean, give you an example on it. If at my age of 64 years of age, while I hope and pray the good Lord my health's still going to be around, I'm going to be here a while longer, well, my time is growing closer each and every day as to what I'm able to be able to do, okay? So, but if you're, say, quite a bit younger person, have smaller children, then you want to look at, okay, if something were to happen to me, just like you were talking about, Tess, who is the one that could step in that would have the age, the ability to be able to do something to take care of a child or children on that? So you need to give considerable thought to that as well, who you're going to appoint.
Well, and we could take it a step further than that, too. You and I talk about this a lot, is our animals, especially when you're talking about when you have livestock, when you have horses. True. Even if you have one dog that lives in the home, little things like that you don't think about. But what if you didn't come home? Would someone think to go and do that? Would they know that they needed to go do that? And, legally, like some of our more expensive animals like the horses and that sort of thing, that needs to be taken care of and can be dealt with.
Oh, yes. I already talked to Janice about what to do with my horse on it, how to take care of him on it and things. But no, seriously, you are right. I mean, you have animals and, they're members of the family. You need to make the provisions to be able to take care of them, to be able to look at. And I will say this on it. You're right. People want to put that off and think, I don't need to go see a lawyer. I don't need to look at
worst,
this. Yeah, a lot of people feel that way, but it's probably one of the best pieces of legal work you can get is to go in and just have that conversation with an attorney and get their advice on what needs to be done within the life decisions and where you want, things to happen with your children, property disposition, the animals that you're talking about, who's to handle the affairs of your estate on it.
Is it an expensive process to do? Because I will tell you, other than just procrastination, I think that's another thing that holds people back is they just assume immediately that it's really an expensive process to go through.
Well, let me ask you this. Now this is just me, okay? If I've got a health problem, I'm going to go to a doctor that I have confidence in and think about, okay? Are you usually thinking, well, I've got Dr. A, Dr. B, am I going to be thinking about the money, or am I going to be going in to get someone that I trust that I'm going to be able to, have confidence in on what they're going to be doing? Same thing about my insurance agent. Same thing about my tax planner that I look at. I look at who do I have the confidence in to be able to do something. Same thing with your attorney, okay? I've always said, that it, just like anything, you get what you pay for on it. If you're going in thinking, well, I've got to have this type of money or whatever like this, how much is this going to charge me or anything? My opinion is no. Okay, it's not an expensive cost as opposed to, now I don't know what all the attorney's going to have to do, but at the same point in time, I go in and look at the quality workmanship that I want to have done. Who do I have the faith and confidence in, knowing I can sit down and talk with he or she, and they'll give me the best legal advice that they can, and I know I trust them on what they're doing on it.
Oh, that's great insurance right there.
Exactly.
And peace of mind knowing that that's taken care of.
Exactly.
And certainly it can vary depending on how many assets the person might have. I mean, there are probably different factors that play into the to the legal expense of that. But one thing, I think we were talking about real estate and looking at deeds. I've seen a few deeds in my day, and every once in a while you run across something in a deed called a life estate, where someone has been given a life estate in a piece of property. And I've seen it where it can complicate things, especially in legal work, when someone passes away or whatever. Can you explain that? You see it a lot in the state of Kentucky and some of the older deeds, but can you explain that just a little bit?
Ty, great question, and it's really not even where you have to look in older deeds.
Yeah.
Now, it can even be in deeds being drawn to down.
Yeah.
Basically, what a life estate is, I come in and give you or sell to you my property, or transfer is a better word on it, my real estate to you. Real estate, house, home, farm, any type of real property is what we call it. But in it, I retain a life estate for, and now it all depends how you word it, but let's say that I've worded, I keep a life estate in there that I can have it, basically life estate, for so long as I am so alive. Okay, I can use that, have the unencumbered usage of it. You still own the property, but it's subject to my life estate. Okay,
gotcha.
Now that means I can use it, have it, etc. Things of that nature. What you're looking at on when you say it can complicate things on it, you've still got the property, but it's subject to me being able to live there on it. So what can you do with it? You can have ownership, but you really just don't have the full unencumbered possession of it, because that's the life estate tenant that's in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, and I'll tell you, things exactly like that are why, that people don't get into. They say, "Oh, that's just over my head." That's why there are lawyers like you that can help us, Bridgie, because that's a lot.
And let me take it a step further. The one that when I would do wills for individuals, have them come in, I'd also want to talk to them about advanced health care directives too. And what I'm talking about on that is, you've probably heard living will, appointment with health care surrogate, and also a power of attorney. I tried to boil it down this way. Power of attorneys, and again, it all depends how you draw it. Okay, power of attorney, basically I'm giving someone else the authority, the power to be able to handle business affairs for me, to handle certain type of matters for me, okay? It could be unencumbered, it can be general, it can be limited. Some of the ones that you see is that if I'm going to be selling a piece of property and I'm going to be gone for extended time overseas or whatever, well, you come in, you can give somebody a limited power of attorney to be able to sign to sell that property, real estate for you. That's all that they're able to do. Okay, or if you have the general power of attorney, that comes in, that can be unencumbered, that can be looking at being able to handle all type of business affairs for you, okay, to allow that person to be able to take care of those matters on it. I always tell people, and they say, well, no, Bridgie, I don't need to have that done or anything. Well, I'm not saying that you have to have it done. I'm just saying you need to think about it and be able to look at that, because, and then they come up, and I've had people say, well, if it gets to that point, then I'll do it. Okay. Well, if it comes to that point to where you do it, you might have a competency issue to where you're not able to execute those documents. Now, I'm not saying everybody needs to run right out right now and be able to, and go give a power of attorney to someone else to be able to handle affairs for you, business matters for you. What I am saying is, though, that as we get older, we need to be thinking about that on trying to make, I try to look at, I want it to be as easy as I can on the ones coming after me, to be able to take care of business that I might have, to be able to look at things. So it's, again, that's what you need to, I can't emphasize this enough, on a will, on a power of attorney, healthcare directive. go see an attorney, get his or her advice to your specific situation as what can be done. And on the a healthcare directive, it's called an advanced directive. You probably heard of a living will. A living will is a document where you're making a decision. You don't want to have extraordinary measures for you on any type of, say, life support, keep me alive, et cetera, stuff like that. Or if death's going to be imminent, or you have appointment of healthcare surrogate, someone else to be able to make decisions for you like that. Now, without going into a lot of specific laws with that, I noticed I think when you go into a hospital or whatever, one of the first things you have, do you have a living will? Do you have a healthcare surrogate? Do you have, they want to know who they can talk with if you're not able to make those decisions. Okay, and that's what we're looking at. And the same thing I say, especially as you get older, being able to say, well, I could be slipping a little bit. What is going to happen if I can't make this decision? Should somebody be in there to be able to make those decisions for me? The alternative to that I've seen, if you don't have some of those documents, there's a court proceeding you can go to that someone can be appointed by the court to take care of those matters for you. And again, that's a very dignified proceeding, but at the same time, there's some things you can do subject to going to court to get those things done.
Sure.
So again, that's what I'm saying. I think you need to have,
not everybody has children, to do
True.
that. And not everybody has a large family to help them. They may be, a very small family without any children.
Okay, it's a good point that you've just made there on it, Tess, to have a small family or a large family. You run in there and at times you find out, well, I don't really want to handle this, okay? I don't really want to do this on it. And if you make the decision of someone, you can take it off someone else and put it on the one that would be in agreement. I would definitely say talk with the individual about would they be willing to be able, to do this on it. There could be a family that's got 3-4 children, okay? You might find one's better to handle the business affairs and another one's better off to handle the health decisions, because you see all the time with it, well, mom and dad, if something happens, well, we're going to have you come live with us, okay? And somebody else is going to handle the bills, the money situation, stuff like they can spread it out. But at the same point in time, you need to have those decisions thought about, made, discussed. And again, I would say definitely talk to your family about those decisions and go see a lawyer to get his or her advice to tailor your specific needs to whatever document that you might need to have done or whatever planning you have. And I also want to talk about this. You can have a document made, which is good today, tomorrow, and the next day. But I always look at this. You have something called a health checkup every so often, don't you? You have an insurance checkup every so often.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah.
Don't just get it and put it aside and quit, okay? Think about it. I always tell somebody, life changes that happen to you. Birth, death, marriage, divorce, and also health considerations. You need those 5 areas you need to go look at, and I probably can put a 6th one in there, financial concerns as well. Go in there and have those looked at, and every so often just to have that checkup to get that peace of mind that you've done all you can to be able to take care of your affairs.
Well, even the people that you choose, 20 years from now, you may not feel the same way that, or they may not be in a place to be able to take care of some of those things like they were 20 years ago.
Exactly. And with looking at lawyers out there, most general practitioners look at this type of work and do this. But, I would definitely say find if you have a lawyer, go talk with he or she about that. If you don't have a lawyer, find one, go out and get his or her advice on it. Some people say, well, Bridgie, I can do this. I would say, don't try to do this yourself on it. To say, I've had some people even that would mention to me, well, I can just go out and well, okay, I always say, go see a lawyer. Get that legal advice that you need.
Oh, it's above my head. I would drown immediately. Are you kidding me? Especially because, there's so many myths out there too, and there's so many legal websites, and I had that in quotations for a reason, that where, you think you're getting good advice, but it's not, and it's just hearsay really and truly, and they get some the wrong idea of what they can and cannot do, and that would have all been cleared up if they would have just gone and saw their lawyer.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Need to go see and get the appropriate legal advice.
There's a lot of websites where you can do a lot of things, but I a face-to-face sit down, let's make a list, let's talk about everything. You can't beat that.
Exactly.
Talking with Bridgie Miller this morning concerning wills and end-of-life planning, and of course, Bridgie, in your 33 years experience, probably one of the best gifts that you can give to your family, whether you're leaving behind or whatever, is this type of pre-planning and being prepared and getting this stuff done on the front end is probably one of the best things, because it can certainly make life a lot easier on those left behind if this is done up front.
Exactly. And Ty, when you said one of the best gifts you can give, I agree with that, but it also let me think about at that time, okay, that can lead into other things too. When you lead into talking about in the life decision, well, one thing a lawyer might go over with you, talk with you about, okay, insurance that you have. What kind of insurance that you have on? How does that factor into this as well? Burial needs. Do you have any pre-planning? Do you have a place for burial on it? Things of that.
All those things need to be updated regularly.
Yeah, all those things need to be looked at, and it goes into several things. What kind of health insurance do you have on it as well? There are some types of aftercare insurance you might want to look at. All of those things you can go in and get legal advice about that. And of course, in that, the attorney might even look at it and say, okay, you need to look at some type of a financial and healthcare advisor as well, that you look, some people that specialize in these areas. So one thing can go into another, but it all dovetail back. What is best for you? What is best for your family? I really, in my 33 years of this, someone coming into my office saying had no clue about mama, about daddy, that they had no clue on it.
Yeah.
And, then you're starting to look at what is this, what I didn't know.
I'm going to tell you, my dad's the most organized person in the world. I am not. I'm not. If something was to happen to me and somebody come in and my poor kids, because they wouldn't, because I haven't really... I'm one of those people that just doesn't talk about it very much. And if it makes me uncomfortable, I don't like to talk about it. And I just procrastinate with it. And I think that's great. So thank you so much.
People are like that they won't do it because you don't want to talk about the end.
Right. Yeah.
Whatever it might be, the end of the quality of life that you have now, that you could be, in dementia, Alzheimer's, whatever. You don't want to be thinking about a change in your type of a lifestyle, or to be going on and having the, with death on it as well.
Well, and, it goes beyond that. You can have a heart attack or something like that and be out of commission and incapacitated for a week or two, where somebody else needs to step in and make some decisions for you.
Right.
So it doesn't have to mean the end of your life, but, we got to plan for while we're here, too.
Right. And I've also tried to tell people, try to make it as easy or as practical or as reasonable as you can on those that are having to carry on.
Right.
Because remember, not only are they taking care of your life, okay, they're now having to handle your life and your affairs, whether you're still living and having to make changes into a nursing facility or a rehab facility, or even death, having to handle the affairs wrapping up your estate with it. So try to make it easy, as reasonable as you can.
And then put it in a fireproof box where somebody can find it, right?
Well, it all depends where you put in the fireproof box, I guess.
Well, does our lawyer keep a copy of that? That's a great question. What do we do with it?
There's several things you can do. I know banks have safety deposit boxes. You can go put things in there on it. But again, that's something that you need to talk with your lawyer about. Where's the best thing? Also, something you need to talk about with
out in the barn, in the hole behind the barn.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It all depends where you put in the fireproof box on it.
Are they filed as public record as well?
No.
I didn't think they were.
No,
okay.
Wills are not filed until death.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. Yep, through the probate and all. Through that.
Right. You're getting in probate. Yes, on that they have to be admitted to the court and approved by the court in order to be probated.
Yep.
Or to be. So yes. So that's what I'm saying. The original documents, like original documents on anything that you might have, right. You need to have those in a safe place. It's a good point that you mentioned. When you have, I'm not talking about just your will, just There's other type of documents. Have you ever thought about a birth certificate?
Yeah. Where
is it? Your Social Security card? Where is it? The original on it? Things like that. You need to gather all those documents up and get them in that safe place.
I'm a slacker, Bridgie Miller, but I'm glad that you're here because you're going to make me better. I know you are.
You're going to do great on it. And
Thank you for
coming in.
And I hope
this has helped individuals.
Oh, it has helped immensely. I guarantee it because it's a confusing subject, and we're going to diving into it. I think it helped a lot.
Well,
really
thank you for having me on it. And again, what I would leave to everyone: go see an attorney, get his or her legal advice on what needs to be done. I think the best time you could be able to spend and money.
Don't be a slacker or a weenie like me.
There you go. A lot of good information there from Bridgie Miller. Thank you so much for being here with us on Coffee Talk this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, sir. And we've got another guest coming up in just a moment.
We do.
On Coffee Talk, 1580, 103.3 WPKY.
And here's your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast for today. Looks like the showers are starting to get out of here. Partly cloudy by this afternoon. High 45 tonight, cloudy, low 35 tomorrow. Mostly cloudy, high 46. And then on Sunday, as you head out to church, sunny, high 59. It is 38 at 8:49, 1580, 103.3 WPKY.
Life is filled with moments. Moments we share with those we love, worry about, and strive to protect the most. At Woodman Life, we provide life insurance and retirement products to help protect you and your family so that you can enjoy all the moments to come.
This is Josh Ray, your local Woodman Life agent. Come see us at 1009 West Main Street or give us a call at 365-6111.
Certain eligibility and age restrictions apply. Woodman of the World Life Insurance Society, Omaha, Nebraska.
There's an advantage in being the home team. You know who Emma Talley, Jake Lewis, and Pat Gates are. You've seen the wall around Butler Stadium and have heard of the Caldwell Crazies. Trice Hughes. We're your home team. Here's our home team deal of the week.
2018 Buick Regal, 13,000 miles, Trice priced at $269 per month for 72 months.
Get this home team deal of the week at Trice Hughes. Find us on Highway 91 North, Princeton, or tricehughes.com.
Dr. Carl Hinton provides a variety of surgeries and scopes at the Trigg County Hospital Surgery Center. Dr. Hinton is well known and loved in this area and provides years of experience in the following procedures: appendectomy, colonoscopy, EGD, gallbladder, skin lesions, tubal ligation, and more. Dr. Hinton is available for clinic appointments Monday and Thursday 1 to 5 and Fridays 8 to noon. His office is located in Suite D of the Medical Arts Building next to Trigg County Hospital. Call 270-522-2557. Close to home, close to your heart.
Serving Caldwell County since 1950. We're 1580, 103.3 WPKY Princeton.
1580, 103.3 WPKY. How are ya? It's Coffee Talk with Tess and Ty and Wesley Curtis. Brother Wesley.
Brother Wesley Curtis of the Green Grove Baptist Church is here. Good morning, sir. And you've got, Wesley always has news about some of the greatest gospel concerts that are coming to our area, and he's got a big announcement about one coming up tonight. So tell us about that. Good morning.
Good morning, y'all. Tonight we're honored to have the Kingsman Quartet in our area over in Nortonville, Kentucky. That's Hopkins County. Mm-hmm. They'll be there tonight at Nortonville Baptist Church at 6:30.
That's a big concert, by the way.
It is a big concert. We only had it this week to advertise it because I got called about it last Friday about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and I just love those calls and stuff. But we're real fortunate.
How did that one come about? Were they just kind of near the area? And a lot of these things kind of come about because of their travel schedules.
Their travel schedule. They were going to Arkansas, so coming right through our area and stuff, needed a place, so it's basically a stop by.
And how do you choose that venue? How does that get determined?
Well, I just called a few churches, that I had and say, hey, you interested? Can you do it and stuff? And whoever jumps on it, and that takes.
I bet you didn't have to make many phone calls on that one.
I just made a couple. That's it. So, and everything.
Well, and tell everybody, for those who don't know, explain their style of music.
They're Southern gospel. Kingsman been around for many, many years. Radine Reese, their bass singer's been singing for 45 plus years, and one of the best in gospel music, bass singer, one Hall of Famer and stuff, and a lot of great #1 songs in their time and stuff. So, you like Southern gospel music? This is one of the best that's in the business.
Oh, I think that's amazing. You talk about a whole lot of fun. They're kind of comedians too. You're going to have a good time when you're there.
Oh yeah.
One of the classic groups, and of course, has their lineup changed much over the years? Of course, I know you have influxes of tenors and basses, and
they've been through changes. It's been about a year and a half, maybe, and stuff. Tenor singer's back with them.
Good.
Was with them. Took some time off, and so now he's back. A couple of new lead singer, baritone singers. So it changes.
Tell us how to work tonight over in Nortonville and where the church is located and those kind of details.
Nortonville Baptist Church is in Nortonville, Kentucky. If you come in on 62 there, going through Dawson Springs, you go into Nortonville there at the intersection. You'll take a right. It'll be about a mile and a half on the left. There will be a sign that says Nortonville Baptist Church. If you're coming on the Parkway, get off there at the Nortonville exit, go up to the 4-way and take a left, and still on the left. So
there you go.
So,
and towards is it a free concert with a love offering?
It is a free concert. Love offering will be taken. So
and explain a love offering for those that don't know what that is.
Love offering is just whatever you can give. If you want to give a $5 bill, that's fine. If you want to give a $10 bill, $20, $100 bill.
They pass the plate around.
The plate. We're Baptists. We like to pass the plate around. we do, and everything.
Well, I forget sometimes that not everybody knows exactly what us Baptists do. So every once in a while, I got it.
We got to
make sure everybody knows.
Yeah, and stuff. So
there's nobody at the door going $5. $5. Nobody doing that.
After this Kingsman concert, what do you have coming up on the horizon?
On the horizon, March 15th at Green Grove Baptist Church. We'll start our concert series, if they want to call it that. Sunday night, the 15th, we're going to have the Perrys in.
Oh, wow.
At Green Grove. Perrys have been probably my favorite group. I count them not only as my favorite group, but they're just some real close friends, mean a lot to me, and what they've been through and stuff, and just love their ministry, love their spirit about them and stuff. So it's been over a year and a half almost that I've had the Perrys, even in the area, and that's not like me, not to see each other and stuff. So we're fortunate to have them coming up, and then Good Friday, which is April 10th. For some of you probably know, back in December we were supposed to have Goat City for a Christmas concert. The day of the concert, I got a call from them. They could not make it because of bus problems. And so we had to cancel and everything. So now we're rescheduled for a Good Friday singing on April 10th at Green Grove Baptist Church.
And that'll be Gold City.
Gold City.
Wow.
So
I'm excited about that. I think that's going to be
big
neat.
name groups coming to the area.
Coming to the area. There's several others that's coming. We've already in the works on some. I was sitting down thinking there's several soloists and groups that are coming within the next each month, almost seems like. So just keep a close watch on my Facebook page. I'll let everybody know about it, and the radio station too, to let them know about it, so we can get the word out about it.
Fantastic.
Well, and really and truly, the more that we do these and the more people to show up and show interest, the more we can do later on, right?
That's exactly right. We've said it before. We've had a lot of groups have started coming in here about the last 15 years since we started Black Patch singing and stuff. So it's great that we get an opportunity, that we don't have to travel 3-4 hours to go see a favorite group. We have them right here in our backyard.
Well, and that's fortunate too, because it really and truly, there's a lot of groups that we would not get to see otherwise.
Absolutely.
Of course, you make those connections at the Quartet Convention. Usually you make it every year. When is that this year?
It's actually going to be the last September, 1st of October.
Okay.
And
We have a lot of people from this area that go.
we do. Several people goes and stuff. I haven't been in the last year or so and everything. Don't know if I'll get to go this year. Just depends how my schedule is and stuff. But I try to go occasionally and stuff. But to have the connections with their agencies and some of the groups too, it's just, it's always good to have that connection. And they're willing to work with you any way they can.
Well, Christian music is really a huge network of folks, and it's hard to get them all lined out and who's going to be where sometimes because it gets pretty busy.
It does. It gets busy. I mean, you talking 250, 300 dates a year, and I know the Perrys, they're pretty much full this year and stuff, which they're celebrating 50 years. December 25th of this year will be 50 years that they've been singing together.
They might know what they're doing at this point, huh?
Yeah, a lot of them do.
Tonight is the Kingsman Quartet at Nortonville Baptist Church. Time is
6:30.
6:30. So fantastic. If you want to hear a great Southern Gospel show, then head up to Nortonville tonight at the Nortonville Baptist Church. And we certainly thank Brother Wesley Curtis of the Green Grove Baptist Church to be here to always keep us informed of the fantastic Southern Gospel music that is in our area. Thank you so much for being here today, sir.
Appreciate you.
I hope they fill it up and then some.
That'd be great for me.
Don't you love it when you got to go grab those chairs, those folding chairs, and put them at the end of the... I love that.
I just wished I was preaching then.
That just means it's a good day. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Hey, you have a good day. Partly cloudy and high of 45 today, Ty. Looks like it's kind of tapered off a little bit.
Rain is tapering off just a little bit. Little sprinkle out there, but should be out of here by noon, and then cloudy. The peak day for the weekend will be on Sunday, pushing 60 under sunny skies. So
not too bad at 1580 103.3 WPKY Princeton.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. Today, debate over whether a